Welcome students, this is Dheeraj Kumar Sahu representing the topic Study of Modern Steam Power Plant, that is the first experiment of Power Station Engineering Lab. It is in the syllabus of 6th semester Mechanical Diploma Engineering student. So let's begin. So the aim of this experiment is to study about modern steam power plant, and the theory is given here. So now if we go, what is power plant and what is a power station? Power plant is the simple site of production of electrical power. The sites of production of electrical power are known as power plant. So electrical power can be generated by the use of different kinds of energy like mechanical energy, heat energy, steam, etc. So steam power plant simply are the power plant in which we are going to generate electrical power, in which, or it is the power plant we utilize the heat energy released by the combustion of coal or any type of fuel, whatever it may be used in the steam power plant. So steam power plant utilizes a fuel which is burned and it will release heat energy. That heat energy is used to convert water into steam, and that steam will be utilized to rotate the blades of turbine. So we have a turbine in which we are using the steam to be allowed, and the blades of the turbine are going to rotate. That rotational mechanical energy is given to generator, and generator gives electrical energy. So, if we look on to the steam power plant, the steam power plant utilizes the devices boiler, turbine, generator, condenser that operate on a cycle known as Rankine cycle. A cycle is there, a cycle is there which is known as Rankine cycle on which the whole power plant is going to operate. So, if we look onto this Rankine cycle, how it will look? I consider this to be the coordinate system. This is T, absolute temperature. This is entropy. So the Rankine cycle will be like this. The block diagram will be like this. It is a vertical line. So this is the simple Rankine cycle on which we have four processes to be carried out. So the first point, that is 1 to 2. It utilizes turbine. Turbine is there in which we are going to get power. 4 to 1 is boiler in which heat supplied is there. 2 to 3 is cooling process, that means heat rejection is there, heat rejection. And 3 to 4 is pumping process. So we utilize four devices, namely boiler, 4 to 1, 2 to 1, 1 to 2 turbine, 2 to 3 condenser, and 3 to 4 is pump. So along with the turbine, we utilize a generator that converts the mechanical energy given by turbine to electrical energy. The whole layout of steam power plant can be divided into four arrangement or circuit. The first circuit is coal and ash handling circuit, second one air and gas circuit, third one feed water and steam flow circuit, last one cooling water circuit. So one by one we will look on it. So this is the block diagram of steam power plant. Okay. Now, so this is also the block diagram in a simpler way. Since the first circuit utilizes coal storage and ash storage, so we will look on this first. As we know, we are utilizing coal as a fuel, so it is going to be burned. So coal is going to be burned. So we have to collect coal before using the boiler. Before going on to the use of boiler, we should collect coal. There should be a storage space in which a large amount of coal should be there. Then, before going on to the boiler, coal is carbon enhanced and dried so that it will be quickly burned. And after burning, coal will give some product, combustion product, that is known as ash. The combustion product is ash. So ash is collected from boiler and it is stored also in ash storage. So now this is the first circuit that we have already covered. This was the first circuit. Second circuit is air and gas circuit. So air, as we have already know, air should be there for the combustion of coal. So air is taken by means of forced draught fan. Forced draught fan means we are using a fan that will absorb the atmospheric air forcefully. Okay, by creating vacuum in the boiler chimney, that is another type of fan, that is induced diaphragm. So if we use a fan nearby the boiler chimney in which we will take the atmospheric air for the combustion of fuel. Now, after passing through the induced fan or draught fan, air a chamber is there, that is known as air preheater. Air is first passed in air preheater. In air preheater, we utilizes the combustion gases. The gases that is produced by the combustion of coal previously is coming in this chamber, and the inlet air, this is the inlet air, and the hot flue gases will interact for a little while, and it is done to heat up the inlet air. Inlet air is heated up by the heat energy of flue gases. It is done to increase the temperature of inlet air so that the combustion time in the boiler can be reduced. So this is the airflow diagram. Air is taken by draught fan, then it is going to air preheater, and then it is finally coming to boiler. Now the flow of gas would be there. So the flow of gas or the flue gases is taken from boiler. Boiler is giving out the flue gases. The flue gases will go to superheater first. In superheater, we will have the steam produced by the in superheater we will have the steam produced by the boiler. So boiler produces the steam. It may be dry or wet. It is superheated in the chamber called superheater, in which we will again have the flue gases passing over the steam produced. So now the steam is getting heated due to the heat content of flue gases. So after passing through superheater, the gases will pass through economizer, in which we are having water, feed water, that is going to be heated up in boiler. Feed water, it will again have interaction with flue gases. So flue gases will give some amount of energy to this water, and water temperature is going to increase. Now the temperature of water is increased. Now if we go to the boiler is coming to water is coming to boiler. So water will take less time for conversion into steam as the temperature is increased. So this is the flow of hot flue gases. Now the third circuit is feed water circuit and steam flow circuit. So first we will look on to the steam flow circuit or water circuit. So first we will look water circuit. Water is going back to the boiler from economizer. Economizer gets water from pump, and pump is getting water from condenser. Condenser takes wet steam. Wet steam. Wet steam is there from turbine. Turbine exhaust eliminates some amount of steam along with water, that is known as wet steam, and wet steam is taken by condenser. Condenser will convert this wet steam completely to water. Now there is a checking valve known as deaerator which will confirm there is no air in water, and after passing through deaerator there is a pump which directly pumps the water to economizer, and economizer we have water interacting with hot flue gases so that the temperature of water is increased. Now finally from economizer boiler gets supplied with water. Now the flow of steam. Steam, as we know, boiler produces the steam. Steam will pass through superheater. Superheater is there. In superheater, we will have steam interacting with, there is steam, and steam is going in this direction. Flue gases will go up. There will not be direct interaction with this tube. There will be only heat exchange between the steam produced by the boiler and the hot flue gases. So steam will be heated and it will attain a temperature that is above its saturation value. So it will be superheated steam. Now turbine will utilize the steam and it will produce power. Turbine will utilize the steam and it will generate power. Now after turbine, it will go to condenser and it will be converted into steam. So if we utilize two types of turbine, if we are having two types of turbine, one is high pressure turbine, another is low pressure turbine, we can have two times work. This is done to increase the efficiency of power plant. Reheating can be done to have again steam so that we will have more power. Okay, this is all about the steam circuit, steam flow circuit. Now the last circuit is that is cooling water circuit. Cooling water circuit Cooling water circuit means how water is cooled, how wet steam in this condenser we are having wet steam, how wet steam is converted into water and what is the process. So condenser takes the exhaust from the turbine and turbine exhaust is wet wet steam. So wet steam has water, water and steam. So this two is converted into totally water by cooling. So we are having one water when wet steam and another is simply water at low temperature. So this is hot, the above one is hot, the lower one that is cooled or cold. Now this cold water is heated by taking energy from wet steam and it will convert into higher or it will attain a higher temperature. Now this higher temperature is reduced by the use of cooling tower. Again for the whole process we should have some water makeup or makeup water so that the reduction of water can be reduced. So this is all about the cooling water. So the whole layout takes about four circuits as we have known: cold storage circuit or coal and ash circuit. Second one air circuit, air and steam circuit. The last one air flow circuit, steam flow circuit. Last one cooling water circuit. So the conclusion is simply we have successfully read the steam power plant. We have successfully read. There should be read. Okay, we have successfully read the steam power plant. So thank you for watching.